Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Reality Scoot Gamers Lore with Idiots, where yours truly, Ranger J 1999, tries to teach a bunch of idiots lore, and it usually goes to hell. That being said, we still give it the old college try. Glad to have you guys here. We record this every Sunday, and for our patrons, they get this early. And so if you'd like to become a patron, check out the link in the description of the video. It helps support the content that we're putting out. $5 a month really does, and then you get the lore videos early. You get other VIP access and benefits for the different levels of Patreon. So think about doing that. That being said, let's introduce the idiots, and then I will tell you guys. We got a little bit different format that we're going with now with the lore with idiots to make the idiots more inclusive. Not that it helps, but we're still going to do it anyway. First, we have a special guest today. We've got from the land of Thundercats. We've got Desi Noodle Snarf Snarfy
Snarf, snarf.
Snarf.
I'm
Desi
scared,
Snarf.
Ranger.
No, hey
Snarf.
guys, how
I
you
don't like
doing?
this Snarf Snarf.
Come on, we're friendly
Ish.
in
I
a
think you
menacing
need to do that.
kind of way.
Yeah, do that the entire show.
No,
Talk
please
like that.
don't. Yeah, let's not do
Oh.
that. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Next up is the man, the myth, the legend, Big K himself. Cashmere's here.
Hey.
And then last but not least, we've got the Welling Cannoneer, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Mr. Carthaginius, aka the Carthage.
Howdy.
Howdy, everybody. Everyone having a good day today on Sunday?
We are upright and functional.
All right. Is anybody partaking in any alcoholic beverages today? I know Kaz usually drinking some fine whiskey and/or bourbon. Or what are you doing over there, buddy?
I am, but it was a long night. I'm gonna be doing a little barbecuing today, so I'm just going with
You don't want your
some
breath to ignite the barbecue, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I don't
Okay.
want to talk and have flames go all over the
Right.
place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Well, sport.
What about you, Carth? Anything drop into the coffee today, or is it just
Not yet.
normal brew?
No. It's a little early still, and I got
No,
things to
stopped
do
you
this
before.
afternoon.
Oh, you have
But
things
well,
to do. Yeah. If you didn't have things to do, then you would
yeah.
have
Otherwise,
well,
my little cup here, it's called the Dog Father.
the dog
That would
father. It's
that
blurry.
would
Yeah, I'll go with
that would be helpful. That would be a helpful pouring of Brothers Bond whiskey.
There you go. And Desi Snarf, I know you're just drinking water.
Oh, really?
Oh, are you drinking something else?
Russian
Not water.
water.
Is it Russian water? Is it made of? Is it made of potato?
No, it's the Sunday at home tradition. Gentleman Jack and my coffee.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah.
Creamy.
But,
Very nice. All right, Lord with Idiots begins. So today, we've started a new format. The way it works is I'm not going to go through the whole spiel like I used to. Well, what I'm going to do is I'll give the quote like we always do, and that'll be our first guest. Then I'm going to ask these guys 5 questions about that subject and see what they know and educate them on their wrong answers. So that's how it works. We're going to start with the quote, and the way it works is the idiots can't cheat. I'm not going to allow it. So before they give their answer in here, I'm going to make them send me a message in Discord with the answer they think it is. Then they can say their answer when I ask them. That way they can't sit there and go, "Oh, I said that." Yeah. So we're not going to let them get away with that. So So they'll message me in Discord. I will verify that once we
Right
have
now,
all
I
our
bring up
answers.
Discord again.
Yeah,
no Googling.
no Googling. You have to immediately give your answer, and once you give your answer, we'll lock it in.
Let
and
me
I'll
do it on my
say that.
college exams. Come on.
No, none of that shit. Get out of here. All right, so so we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna, and we're not gonna once with the subjects up. We're just gonna do some fun questions about the person. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing about we're not gonna go through step by step like I used to. If you want to learn more, this is just a taste, a little taste.
A mooge booge.
A little
Just a tip of the con.
never just the tip.
One wafer thin mint.
Yes, but it's paper thin. All right, you guys ready for your quote? Let's kick this stuff. Get this
No.
started. All right,
But we're doing it anyways.
that's right. All right, your quote for today. I was just thinking about children, trying to imagine what it's like to try to raise them, wondering how much of their character or family can mold and how much it is innate in the children themselves. Wondering if the evil in a family's history can be erased. or what that always passes itself on to each new generation? All right, give me your answers. What do you think it is? Karth has already got his answer in. All right,
Oh,
Desi.
right. I forgot.
You have to, you have to actually participate. Yeah, if you would, please.
I mean, it's a minor
Quickly, you
thing.
have 30 seconds, or I'm going to time you out.
No. That's fine. We're looking for who said this.
Yes, who said it?
Yes.
Your best guess.
Uh,
Or who is it about? It's about somebody. So who's it about? Who's it about?
I mean, I know I'm wrong, but there you go.
Okay, there
Yeah,
you go.
exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So I've seen. Okay, the answers are in. All right. Let's see. What everyone. Okay. Wow. Okay. Kashmir, let's go with you. What was your answer?
I'm going with Hondo Onaka.
Okay, Hondo Onaka. Okay,
That's a
very
good one. I liked
All
it.
right.
I liked it a lot.
Okay.
There's a whole episode with
He's all
Hondo
about family
Nako
and stuff.
kids.
Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he liked kids.
Yeah, he liked kids.
Hey, get a couple of kids. It'd be great. Okay, Karth, what do you got for me, homie?
I went with Bas LaShawn.
Pass LaShawn. Okay.
I kind of felt like she might have that line
Not a
of
bad
thought with siring Revan's child.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess. It's not a bad guess.
Ooh.
And Desi, what did you write?
Well, I wrote Yoda, but I think Bib Fortuna would have been a funnier answer.
Not even close. Okay. No, that's wrong. It's actually a quote from Leia Organa, and it's a quote referencing her future children. And one in particular, today's correct answer, the quote that this is meant to be for, is Jacen Solo. Today we're going to be covering Jacen Solo. We covered Anakin in a previous episode, and we'll cover Jaina in a future episode. But I figure, you know what? Let's get into some Jacen Solo lore today with the idiots. God help them all.
God help you. I don't need any help.
Yeah. Oh my. All right. That being said, your first question of this day. And we'll see what the idiots come up with, and then I will give them the actual correct information and we'll talk about it. All right, your next question. Remember, you have 30 seconds to get your answer in immediately. What year was Jacen Solo born? What year was Jacen Solo born? Get your answers in. Here we go. Okay. Desi's got her answer in. Let's see, Karth. Okay. Karth. Okay. And Kashmir. See what Kashmir writes. I'm terrified. Jesus, how long did it take to write a damn number, Kashmir? Jesus.
Well, I wanted to make sure,
Yeah. Okay. Kashmir, let's go with you first. What did you put as your answer?
I'm going to go with 42 after the Battle of Yavin.
42 ABY. Okay. Desi, what did you write?
I went with 13 ABY.
All right. And then Karth, are you going to bid $1 here? You're going to underbid
I
them?
mean, I did 10.
Okay, 10 ABY. Right.
Yeah, I did 10.
The actual retail price, is the actual answer is 9 ABY. So pretty right, just missed it by 1 year there, Karth. Pretty good.
There we go.
Desi, you weren't too far off. Kashmir, I don't know what the hell you were thinking.
42, I thought was always the answer.
Leia
mean,
would've- oh, yeah.
Leia would have been having like
she would have been
an Abraham child at that point.
Yeah, basically.
that would have been
Biblical
immaculate
birth.
conception at that point.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure Han's still shooting first
Yeah.
at that age, but I'm gonna go with that's an impressive feat for her at that age to be having a child.
Okay, so a little bit of just talk about this. Born in 9 ABY, Jacen Solo spent most of his early years as a target of various kidnapping plots and scheme against his famous parents, of course, Han and Leia. When he was 13, he and his twin sister Jaina began attending the Jedi Praxis on Yavin 4, where their uncle Luke Skywalker taught them the ways of the Force. There they made several friends, among them the Happen Princess Tanil Kajo, to whom he became strongly attracted, and there's a long story there. We'll get into questions on that. And then while in training, him and his friends had numerous plots against the New Republic, which they foiled. And in 24 ABY, he officially became an apprentice to Luke Skywalker. There you go. So Luke Skywalker was his master. All right. His uncle.
I
Makes sense.
misunderstood the question, and I just
No,
inverted
you
my
didn't.
numbers.
No, you
24,
didn't.
42.
No,
Sorry.
you didn't. No, you
I
completely
mean,
shit the
yeah,
bed.
you misunderstood
shit the
when
bed.
from birth to apprenticeship and starting to born. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's all checking out.
No, it's wrong. Okay. Now, I just mentioned that he had a relationship with the princess. She later became the queen. They had a daughter. Your next question is, what was the name of their daughter between Jacen Solo until now?
God, for how long her name was, I don't even have a snowball's chance in hell at getting this one right. I'm gonna go with this.
Horrible.
Y'all, I need professional help on this one. I've never read these books.
Listen, I'll give you the number for a good therapist.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, all the answers are locked in. Let's go to Karth first. Karth, what was your answer?
My answer was
Go ahead,
Leia Jr.
Yeah.
Because I felt like there was a big thing in the prequel or the after the original trilogy was to just keep reusing previous characters' names. So that's where I came at that with.
Yeah. No, that's wrong. Desi Noodle Snarf Snarf, what you got for me?
Katrina.
Katrina, the hurt. Okay.
There we go. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. And last but not least, Kashmir.
I went with Hope. So Hope Solo.
Hope Solo. Okay.
I believe she was good at soccer.
I was hoping that you two would. I kind of talked about her before, but Alana DeJoe Solo was her name. And actually,
I never would have gotten that one.
Yeah. I mean, I've mentioned it before in previous videos, and thought you guys would remember, but that's my mistake. That's my bad. Yeah, I messed that
that's
up.
pretty.
I
pretty
assumed,
funny
and when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So yeah, but the interesting about Alana is that there, especially once her mother became queen, she stayed with her mother for a bit, mainly because and it was a secret. They didn't tell anybody. The only people that eventually found out was her grandparents. And they went, and she eventually first started off staying with her grandparents for protection. They just said that she was an adopted child and stuff. Nobody knew anything about it except Jacen, her mom, and then Han and Leia. And eventually she was raised by Han and Leia. So, and would spend time with her mom and Han and Leia. But there's some stuff we have to get into why that is the case. So, all right. Are you ready for your next question?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can't wait to be wrong again.
Was the name that Jacen Solo took as his Sith name?
His Sith name.
His Sith name. What was Jacen Solo's Sith name when he became the new Lord of the Sith? Go ahead and get your answers in. Let's see what the.
I feel like you've said this before, and you're gonna be mad that we don't
I know he said it before because when we talked about Anakin, but I just can't recall. That was like 3 weeks ago. It's not coming to mind.
Yeah. Got a few seconds left. Get your answers in. Okay. Okay. And then Kashmir. All right. Let's go to Desi Noodle Snarf Snarf first. Desi Noodle Snarf Snarf, what do you think the answer is?
Darth Angsty.
Angsty.
I mean, that's one I haven't heard before. So, new name.
Okay.
Yeah.
New name.
Kashmir, what was your wrong answer?
It's wrong.
Yeah, go ahead and tell everybody what you put.
I put Lord Vader the Third.
The third. Okay.
The third. Who was the second?
I guess he assumes Luke became Darth Vader.
Yeah, it would have been a.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a book out there somewhere where I know, in
an alternate timeline.
Yeah,
Vader. Luke doesn't destroy Vader. He takes his
World
mask
Between Worlds. That's something.
There we
happened.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
Luke takes over his father's suit and becomes the new Darth Vader.
Yeah, and that was what was going to be at one point the ending of Return of the Jedi, I believe, or something like that,
You're
where
digging
he
that hole.
joins.
All
Yeah.
right, and last but not least, Carthaginigus. What did you got?
I put Darth Jadis. I know that's the wrong character, but it sounded close.
Actually, out of all this, Carth, you were pretty close. Not Jadis, Cadis.
Cadis. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Darth Cadis was his name.
There's so many of those Darth that show up after
I know.
the original trilogy.
Back up. Okay, so let me get into this real quick. So I'm gonna read a little bit of Jacen's fall to the dark side. Okay, so after the Vong War, we've talked about the Vong War. We talked about how he'd been tortured and stuff. He spent 5 years visiting and learning from various Force users' sects. He went on this pilgrimage. During his time with the Mind Walkers, he experienced a vision of a dark figure ruling the galaxy and became determined to prevent its fulfillment. He returned to the New Jedi Order during the Dark Nest crisis, armed with a more ruthless philosophy of accepting various sacrifices in the name of the greater good, and conspired to eliminate the Killiks to prevent another vision of the Galactic War and protect his infant daughter, Alana, secretly conceived with to now. In 40 ABY, Solo agreed to become the apprentice of Lumia after probing the future and finding that if he did not do so, he would kill Luke Skywalker and the galaxy would be consumed by chaos. He embarked on a 1-year-long descent into the dark side, slowly turning against the Jedi and his family as he grew darker and more extreme. After seizing control of the Galactic Alliance, killing Mara Jade Skywalker, torturing his former apprentice Ben Skywalker, and committing multiple atrocities, taking Terry Valet as his apprentice and ascending to Sith Master as Darth Cadis. So that's how he became. So after Jacen went through what he went through in the because it's interesting. Jacen didn't before the Vong War was more he didn't like violence, but once the Vong hit, he kind of changed. And then after everything that happened, the loss of Anakin, he went through a year of torture with in captivity with the Vong. He had a lot of trauma, so he went on this pilgrimage. And interesting, during that time, guess who awoke into Abeloth? That was Jacen Solo. But it's interesting, on his pilgrimage when he met Abeloth, she offered for him to work with her. He told her to get bent and left her there in the mall on his pilgrimage. But when he came back, it's in the books. Lumia really worked on him. They had this meeting on this meteor, this base that was on there, and they had this confrontation. And he'd had this vision in the Force, and she convinced him because it's really like a chapter long of them going back and forth on philosophies and stuff. And eventually he was like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I need to become the new Sith Lord. Because really he was doing it for good intentions. He had visions, and the visions he was having was of Darth Krayt that was going to eventually rule the galaxy. However, if he didn't become first this way, Krayt, he would kill Luke and everything would happen. And so, yeah, he did that. But Mara Jade found out, led to a confrontation between him and Mara Jade, and he's the one that killed Mara Jade. Luke didn't know it at the time because of the way the battle happened, but eventually he did. And then they had a confrontation as well, but they couldn't kill each other. It ended up in a draw. Kind of Luke didn't really want to kill his nephew, and Jacen wasn't powerful enough to take down Luke. They were equal, but yeah, that happens there. A little bit of lore about Jacen Solo there. Next question. This is a softball. I hope anybody can get this one. We'll see what the idiots if they remember things.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Who eventually kills Jacen Solo?
Oh, I don't remember her name, but I know who it is. I will do that.
I can't remember the name, but this one I remember.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
All right. We're going to go to Kashmir first. Actually, let's go to Karth first this time. Karth, what is your answer?
It's his sister, but I
Yeah.
don't remember her name.
What do you
Jaina?
think? Okay, Jaina is your answer. Okay. Desi Noodle Snarf Snarf, what did you put?
I also put sister.
Okay, but you didn't give the name, but okay.
No.
And then, oh my God. Yasmir, just tell the people what you wrote to me. Just say it. You're such a dingle.
I put his sister, Jenna Jameson Solo.
Jenna Jameson Solo.
I didn't remember her name, but the Jenna Jameson popped in my head for some
For
reason.
other reasons not affiliated with Star Wars lore reasons.
They're Star Wars lore
Yeah,
videos.
it's Jaina Solo. So yeah.
All right, that
So
was close.
after the confrontation with Luke, Jaina, and she'll get her own series. She's extremely badass. Knew she had to take him down, but knew that they were equal in the Force. Fighting styles, everything. She knew she was equal, so she didn't want it to be an equal fight. She knew because at this point, the second Galactic Civil War was going on that her brother was instigating. She knew she needed an ace in the hole. All right, so she goes and she gets Mandalorian training. Your next question is, who trained Jaina and gave her armor to confront her brother? Being typed out, I can see that. God.
I have no idea, man. That one's beyond me.
I can't even think of something funny to type.
Well, I see you typing, so it's going to be something.
I mean, she has definitely pressed a button, and Discord is saying that she's typing.
Okay, there you go. No idea.
Okay, let's go to Desi Snarf first. Since you seem to like you did. All right, Desi, what do you got for me?
It's Squid Mando.
Squid Mando. Krabby Patties.
Which one is that?
Yeah, which one is the Squid Mando there, Desi? I'm not familiar with.
He's the Magic Aquatic Mando.
The Magic Aquatic Mando. When did we see that?
Marine combat.
When did we? Yes. When did that happen in the lore? I'm just interested in this Desi Noodle Snarf.
Definitely didn't read that book.
Yeah,
it was behind the scenes.
This behind the scenes. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were super secret contingent within the Mandalorians.
Oh no, it's no.
Nobody ever really talked about
it. It's Paz Vizsla's son. That's the guy who gets
Squad Mando
by the
Mando, I mean.
Oh yeah, but he had to change his name, right? Because
did
dead,
Vizsla have an out of wedlock child with Calamarian or something? I mean, is that what happened here?
I mean,
a Quarren.
I'm not going to kink shame him or anything.
We don't kink shame, but I mean, it's just not something for lore.
I'm going to go with he had a affair with a Quarren because that's the squid face people.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
I'm with you. I got you.
Okay. It's all bullshit. All right.
I'd love to see the helmet on that one too.
That's right.
That would be interesting.
Okay, Cars, what was your answer?
I put Maul Vizsla because I just
Maul Vizsla.
Yeah, he was a brief ruler of Mandalore, and so the armorer had a child with.
Even though he was
Vizsla.
long dead by 40 years at this point, he was resurrected.
No one's ever dead.
Not Maul himself. Not Maul himself. I was explaining the story.
Oh, go ahead.
That the Paz Vizsla and the armorer had a secret child, and she, because her little horns on her helmet, was still loyal to Maul, so she named her son Maul, but then kept his father's last name, and that's who trained Jada to kick her brother's butt.
Okay.
Because Maul
Vizsla.
Stretches through all time.
All right, and then Kashmir, what do you got for me, buddy?
Mine's going to be more part of the new canon.
Oh, okay. Tell everybody what you wrote.
Yet, but it's going to be Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Grogu himself, even though Jaina doesn't exist in the new lore, it was Grogu, who's not even been trained as a full Mandalorian yet, trained Jaina Solo.
New canon.
New canon, who did this?
This is new canon all over the place right now. We're just having all kinds of new canon here and there. Good God.
We are about to create the best Star Wars.
We got Squid Baby, Grogu training Jaina, and then naming it Maul Vizsla. I mean, we got all kinds of shit happening today.
Disney should really think about hiring us to start writing.
Does anybody have a connection with Lucasfilms?
A small one.
I mean, I got a small one, actually. No, the correct answer is Boba Fett. Boba Fett actually trains Jaina to fight in Mandalorian armor, how to fight as a Mandalorian, how to overcome Jedi. And when she goes to confront her brother, she's got the Mando armor on, and that's what gives her the edge. Not only that she can fight as a Jedi, but she can fight as a Mandalorian and has the armor, which eventually is the ace in upper sleeve she needed to and kill her brother. She actually takes Jacen out. So, um, and it's an epic fight. I think somebody did like a fan film of it, Jaina versus Jacen. It was actually pretty decent on YouTube. You can look it up. I do like some of those fan films. They're a lot of fun. All right, next.
I do have a question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's questions for me. Wow, this ought to be good. All right, go ahead, Kashmir. It's interactive.
To finish him off, did she knee rocket him in the face?
Stabbed him with a lightsaber.
All right.
Cut him down.
Mine
Finished
would
him
have
off.
been better.
Finish him. I don't think she had. It was mainly just the armor and the tactics. The fighting style of the Mandalorians. Than it was more the weaponry. So she just didn't want to take any chances, and she knew she had to have something more to what she was going to do when she confronted him. And it was really because he was so powerful on the dark side, so she wanted ways to overcome what he had become. So yeah. All right, next question. We're gonna go back a little bit ways. Who, while in captivity, taught the philosophy of the Vong and the Force while he was captured by the Vong to Jacen Solo? What was the name of the former Jedi Master that was his mentor and teacher while he was being tortured by the Vong?
I can't remember how to spell this one, but I'll
Give your best
pronounce
guess.
it correctly.
Give your best
but
guess here.
No, it's wrong. The answer's wrong.
That's wrong.
I know
yeah.
that.
I can already tell you that's wrong. Yeah.
But I don't remember how to spell that name.
Okay, just waiting for Cashmere's ready his answer. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll go to Karth first. Karth, what was your answer on this one?
My answer was the Jedi Master stabbed by Uth.
Okay, Desi Noodle Snarf.
See, in my world, right? Like the Vong figured out how to capture spirits and shit.
They never
so
did, no,
clearly it was Obi-Wan's Force Ghost.
No. Okay, and then Cashmere, what did you write, buddy?
We have I went with the legendary Jedi Master of Eth Koth.
Eth Koth.
I was this close to saying Kit Fisto. I kind of wish I had now.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I love that.
So I'm right.
No, none of you are right. It's actually, her name is Vergeri, and she's actually kind of a bird creature. There's a book that goes right before the Clone Wars. It gets with the living planet that the Vong were from. They discovered they can build like living ships there.
Yeah, it's an Anakin and Kenobi one.
Yeah,
I've read that one. Yeah,
and she comes back later in the Vong books because she goes off and the Vong capture her, and she tries to teach Jacen to see the Force in a different way because she's been with the Vong and they know she's torturing him, so she's trying to get him to see certain things, and it causes him basically to that he learns to embrace to the universe with unconditional encompassing love. And both of them join the war after they escape. And because of his connection to the Force with everything he goes with her, he becomes like this. He became like this being in the Force that basically defeats the Supreme Overlord for the Vong, kind of ends the war with what he does. The Vong are just looking at Jacen like, what the hell is that thing? And they already had kind of a god complex when it came to Jacen and Jaina. Remember when we did the Vong episode, one of the big deities that the Vong worshipped were the twins. So Jacen and Jaina took those roles to the Vong, exploited it, but the Vong fell for it and turned out to be pretty true because they were both powerful Force users, and the stuff that they did made them go, "Oh, we worship you." All right. Your final question. We've covered this subject before. All right, so I'm going to see if you guys can remember this. All right. Jacen was part of the strike team that went with Anakin Solo, where during this mission, Anakin Solo dies. What were they going after, and where did they go after it?
Oh.
This is the final question of the day. Let's see if
We talked about this one. Why can't I remember?
I know. I try to tie in stuff, see if you guys are learning. 15 seconds. Get your answers in. Desi, I don't see you type. Okay, now you're typing. Good.
That's all I got. That's what I got. That's what's going on.
All right. These are great answers. Just great answers. All right.
So you all got it right? The great answers.
No. All right. Kashmir, you go first here. What was your answer?
Well, they were definitely going after spice. I wasn't sure of the planet, so I said
During the spiced on where? What did you put? What did you write? Go ahead and say. Kashyyyk. Spice on Kashyyyk.
Nice. I like it.
They're going
Which has
for
never
that
had
good
spice.
Wookiee stuff.
Yeah, they never had spice. Not a spice planet.
They're going for that Shadowlands Kush.
Yeah, didn't have Kush either. So, all right.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you
I
don't.
do actually. Yeah,
have you
I've
been to
yeah.
Kashyyyk? Do you know?
I've done enough research on the planet. I'm pretty familiar with the life and the vegetation, and the Wookiees there. I'm sorry, I read things.
so you're telling me there wasn't anything illegal going on?
If you had said Kessel, I would have been with you, but you said Kashyyyk, and I got to throw you under the bus there, Kashmir, and say, wrongo. All right, Karth,
Rude.
what did you put?
I put on a moon to turn off a station for some reason.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Because I remember it being a moon.
No.
But that's all I remember. I don't remember why they were there.
No.
So yeah.
That was Endor was the name of the moon to shut off the power shield.
Yes.
The shield generator. All right, and Desi Noodles Snarf. This is my favorite one.
Well, the strike team went on a mission to destroy Vong Prime.
Oh my god.
Vong Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know how your mind worked. How did you come up with Vong Prime? The answer itself.
Well, I figured, if an Anakin was going and if Jacen was going and they were fighting the Vong,
sure.
They're going to kill the big Vong.
The big
Vong Prime.
Then I just told you previous answer that was the Supreme Overlord. Okay, Vong Prime. Got it. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. No, those were
AKA.
Okay, that was his name on them streets. Got it. All right.
Yeah. That's what his buddies call him.
That's right. His homies.
Or, it's what they call him in bed, whatever.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, remember, they had assembled a strike team to eliminate the Voxen and the Voxen Queen on Merkur. Myrkr, say that time. Merkur. But remember, the reason they had to put the strike team together is because the Vong had been getting their ass kicked, so they created these creature called the Voxen that were created from a queen that they had first bred to, create all these creatures that could go after Jedi specifically. Because one of the reasons the Vong were losing the war was all the stuff that the Jedi were using against them. Battle meditation, could figure out how to sense them in the Force, could do all this stuff in the Force the Vong just couldn't overcome. So they're like, we got to kill them somehow. So let's create these creatures that they were basically hunters. They were assassins that went after Jedi and caused a stalemate in the war. And that's why Anakin and Jacen and them went to the planet. And that's where, to get to the Voxen Queen, Anakin held off all the Vong warriors and destroyed them all, and including himself. He sacrificed himself so that his brother could kill the Voxen Queen. However, in doing so, being hurt, he gets captured by the Vong, and that leads to him being tortured and everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was
See?
it was a moon, right? It
Well,
happened
That's
on a
true.
it's a
moon.
moon.
It happened on a moon, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Isn't
moon.
that when Chewie died on the moon?
Yeah.
No,
No, they
that's
crash a moon into Chewie. That's
yeah.
what
They
happened.
crashed the moon into Chewie,
Ow.
and Chewie
I forgot.
sacrificed himself, and Anakin had to make the choice. Remember, his father led to them having not talking for a year. But they reconciled. But yeah, yeah. Chewie. The only way they could kill off Chewbacca was having a moon. Now that means
you're not shitting me on this, like literally.
no,
that's
that's true.
Literally
That's
how they kill him.
Yeah.
Just a whole ass moon.
Okay. Whole ass moon.
Yeah, the final scene of the book is Chewie roaring at the moon as it crashes down as they're escaping. What had happened? They were trying to save people, right? So the Falcon's there was lifting off. Han tried to get Chewie on the ship, but both Anakin felt it in the Force, and Chewie knew that if they did, that they were going to all die. So Anakin had to make that choice, not Han. Anakin did, and he knew and sensing it in the Force and from intentions of Chewie's like, get out of here, you know. And so Anakin made that tough choice to leave Chewie behind. Didn't want to, but he knew that if he didn't, they were all going to perish there with all the people they were trying to save. And yeah, Chewie went out like a boss. Went out like a boss.
That's why you don't save people.
Jesus Christ! In game, say in game, say in game. Stay in
Save
game.
yourself.
A whole ass moon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that's a little bit about Jacen. If you want to learn more about Jacen, you can go to Wikipedia and other places and check it out. He's actually a really fascinating character. He's a very tortured person. He goes through ups and downs. I didn't get into his early years. There's a ton of books through the new Jedi Order series and other things that he goes through with his sister and Anakin and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with him. There's more. There's a ton of books on the entire Solo family that's in there. But Jacen's your tragic fallen hero. He is that tragic fallen hero. Just like his grandfather believed what he was doing right. Now he had better intentions than Anakin. I mean, Anakin just wanted to save Padme and, you know, his fear and stuff. Jacen didn't have fear. There's one thing that Jacen did not have is fear, but that vision he has in the books of that dark figure being the Force. The mistake Jacen made is thinking that was like when you have a Force vision, that's like the only possible future, the only way to go about it. But he'd been on this pilgrimage, so he trusted the will of the Force at this point. And so he made the decision that I will be bad because by me being bad, it will lead to the salvation of the galaxy. I don't have to kill Luke. I don't have to do all this other stuff. But what it did lead to is him killing Mara and doing a bunch of horrible stuff. But it backfired because in the Legends books, Darth Krayt still came and took over the galaxy as the new emperor. So, you know, very tragic. There's actually a really cool scene when Luke and Ben, his former apprentice, go to the world between worlds where they're trying to learn about Abeloth and stuff in the mall and stuff like this. Not the world between worlds, kind of like purgatory, but they actually meet Jacen's Force Ghost there. And they have this really epic conversation, you know. Basically, Luke's like, I'm sorry. It's like, and Jacen's like, don't be. I did what I did. I don't regret it. Jacen had no regrets. And he was still saying, Luke, you're too goddamn nice. Quit being nice. You know, if you're going to go fight Abeloth, you know, you need to not be like you were with me. You need to go kick that ass because you will lose if you don't. So yeah, it was a really interesting conversation that he has as a Force Ghost. They also meet Anakin Solo there. But if you have not read that in the book, it's really, really, really awesome. That being said, those are the questions. The idiots showed their idiocy. Now we'll just leave it up. We'll open to some questions from the idiots. If anything you want to know about or ask, this is the time, idiots. Any questions from the idiot?
How many kids did Leia and Han end up having in totality? Three?
Yeah, Jacen and Jaina were the older two twins, and then Anakin's.
Oh, okay. I feel like we keep adding more to the list, but
yeah, right.
Nope, the Solo siblings.
All right. That was my question.
Okay.
It's not a question just so much as a
Sure, go ahead.
comment. I find this decision to go to the dark side really, really interesting. In that what the idea behind it is, wow, I'm going to be a much less efficient and awesome leader than this guy will. I'm going to the dark side because I'm going to suck harder. Like, really?
Well, he knew basically what the vision showed him is that if he didn't turn to the dark side, it was possibly going to be Luke. He didn't see for sure. He just knew it was a dark figure. He thought it could be Luke, but he should have known better because Luke had already gone down that path. He didn't know who it was. He didn't know that Darth Krayt existed at the time. He just knew that if he didn't become dark side first, that the consequences, and though there were a lot of consequences Jacen did and had with the galaxy, his vision showed him that this person, if he didn't do it, was going to destroy everything. Now, Krayt did take over, but it didn't lead to the cataclysm that he saw in his vision. But that was what the Force was telling him. Like someone
Less
had to
terrible, but not ultimately obtaining the objective. I gotcha.
Yeah. So
Do you keep on misspeaking? I thought it was Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine.
what do you mean?
Not this Krayt person. It's Palpatine.
Somehow Palpatine
He
returned.
survived.
Oh, you beat me to it.
falling out of the
No,
elevator.
he
She falling
didn't.
down the...
No, Darth Krayt. You've heard of Darth Talon. I know you've heard of Darth Talon.
Yeah, but I think
That's her master.
Yeah, I think he's trying to say that Darth Krayt didn't exist in
Yeah,
episode
it's
7,
Emperor
8, 9.
He
so
did.
it's just-
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
it was Emperor
this is
Palpatine
legend stuff.
reincarnated. Okay,
Yeah, no,
come on.
actually, he'd already been
It-
reincarnated in Heir to the Empire. He got killed for the final time. No, I mean, Krayt was in the shadows. He's first introduced in the Abeloth, the end of the Abeloth series, because it's him and Luke that go and face Abeloth to fight her, both sides of the Force. And then they're both
What
really.
did he think he was going to do by going to hang with Abeloth? Like,
No, to destroy her. They knew that they had
Krayt
to
wanted
confront-
to destroy her.
Yeah, because Abeloth is another level. We've had a lore
Okay.
video on her.
The enemy of
Yeah,
my enemy is
it's
my
friend.
ally.
Yeah. So they're like,
Okay.
yeah, let's put our differences aside. We gotta go face this nonsense here. They had to join forces. And Krayt tried to do some stuff on Luke, but Luke overpowered him and was kind of like, don't do that again. And Krayt's like, yeah, I'm kind of damaged. I'll see you in the future there, Luke. But that's how Krayt was introduced. And then lore, he goes and recovers. And he starts this thing, but he's working in the shadows again until he was ready. And then he created a new Sith empire that came in and took over. There are a lot of empires. You had the former empire that was its own thing now, with Emperor Fel, which was Jaina's. She eventually gets married to him, and they have their family line with their new order of their warriors, the Jedi, that they use. And then you've got the Republic, and then you got the Sith Empire that comes in and takes over, and then leads to a whole bunch of confrontation. It's actually interesting. The Vong become good guys and help fight on the good guy side because they, do stuff like that. So yeah, good questions. Anything else? Again, we're just having a discussion. We're just talking things over now that I've, given you all these, these questions and stuff. Anything else? Or, yes? No?
That's what I got for now.
Okay.
That's it.
Same.
Tapped out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. So if you want to learn more about Jacen, read the books. I highly encourage you to check out the books. You can go check it out on Wikipedia. There's all kinds of resources you can, but yeah, they're really good. I really enjoyed them. There's some fluff in there, but for the most part, especially the Vong stuff and then the Kata stuff is really fantastic. Really, again, really well flushed out character. Not my favorite. I always loved Anakin more, but still thought he made a really good bad guy. All right, that being said, thank you guys for joining us on the lore video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments in the video. That's always appreciated. If you want to get the lore video earlier and help support the stuff, become a patron. That being said, everyone having a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time on Lore with Idiots.